You have siblings? You have like a middle child?
Middle child.
Dude, same.
Nice. Yeah, older sister, younger brother.
The reverse for
Older
me.
brother,
Younger sister.
Oh, fun, yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, very much the like, I'd like some attention, and also I want to make sure everyone's having a good time.
Oh, completely. Dude, yeah.
So I want to talk more about tiny schools.
Yeah.
You went to a tiny school, I went to a tiny school. I don't know, tell me more about your school.
Yeah, so this was it was like 2nd through 8th grade. It was like, it just was crazy to grow up with like these same kids, where it's like there's these adults right now like that I've lost touch with a lot of that class, but I'm sure you feel the same way, where like if you were to run into some of those kids like in different places, I'm like, oh, I just knew you. I saw like you completely grow up, like
So the whole thing.
Yeah, so the whole thing, and I feel like that's where it's fun to stay with like a small group of people growing up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we had, I mean, in elementary school, it was like, sometimes it'd be like 12 kids in our class.
Whoa.
Kind of thing. And yeah, I ran into my old 4th grade teacher like a few years ago or whatever, and that was wild. She's like, I remember you. I'm like, of course you do. There was like a dozen of us.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so, and like, even like, I mean, partially because it was Christian, but partially because it was so small, there wasn't much of a dating scene. There'd be like the couple this year. It's like they're the ones that are a couple. Like no one else is even doing that, you know?
Yeah. Wait, so which years were you in that small of a school? Was that like truly...
So that was K through 12.
K through 12?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, because then I went to a bigger high school.
Yeah. So that's wild, because then you're like, you're like 17 and there's still like 20 some of you. It's like the smallest you can be and not be homeschooled is how I describe it.
Yes.
You're like, yeah, dude, it's wild.
Were you also like in band and also in the plays too? It was like one of those schools where you're like, I was doing it all.
We did not have a theater department. We did some like pageants in elementary school. You do like a little Christmas play or whatever. But we didn't have like a theater department. We did weirdly have a film class. There was this guy who like shot weddings was his main thing, but then he also would teach like a history of film or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he'd be using like our little camcorder or whatever and like iMovie, we would like make movies, which was awesome. That's how I got into that, and like that was my major in college eventually and stuff. So it's weird that it's like weird blend of resources where it's like we're in this like weird like warehouse that used to be a printing place for a local newspaper that was bought by a church, and the church is renting us space. Mm-hmm. So it's gone through several filters from what it's supposed to be. But then there's also a film class, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the film class happens in a room where the whiteboard is just like drilled into a cinder block. Yeah. And all the chairs and tables, those can all be folded up and put away, and this could be totally something else. Next to us, there was a glass backboard basketball hoop that the church like sunk into the concrete, like not even like a movable base one. They put a permanent like Goldrilla brand basketball hoop just in that room. It had a high enough ceiling, and so you could push everything to the sides and hoop in there.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Wild.
What would be, if you could go back then, would you be like, oh, I would want that same graduating class size again for high school, or would you want to go bigger?
I mean...
Or are you like, I think that was like a fun experience, I'd want to do that again?
Yeah, I guess it would have been nice to have gone to a bigger school, just be a little more prepared for the rest of life, I guess, and just seeing more types of people would have maybe less sheltered for sure. Mm-hmm. But I also love a lot of people I went to school with. It was great. Like we were goofy. My class especially was a lot of funny people. We were just like silly as fuck, and mostly like pretty good kids. So like there was not a lot of like drama or anything. So like there's certain things that I missed out on that like I get why parents want to protect their kids from or whatever. Uh-huh. Like, I think maybe one time a guy got busted for weed, but he had a Blink-182 tattoo, so you kind of knew that already. Yeah. But, like, there'd just be so little drama. It was funny, the one time there was, like, a couple, their locker was right above mine, and I was like, can you just fucking move? And they had, like, that high school talk, we're like, I do it on the mic. It's like, are you guys mad? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's really... Yeah, and I get that too, because my class was we were mostly boys, and there were so many funny people in that class. And it's like also you must like develop a comedic voice as a class growing up when you do that. Yeah. And like how you like pick on teachers, or how you like the classroom dynamics so well of like the kid who's like the funny kid is like the funny kid, or like the kid who's quiet is like the quiet kid, because like there's no you're not creating any type of different personality in different classrooms, because other like
it's the same kids in the other
class too, because I guess you know the experience of like being in one class and like you being so quiet in that class because like you didn't have any friends, you didn't know anybody, so you're like, okay, I guess I'm just kind of like, this isn't my class. But then you get in a different class where like way more of your friends are like, oh, are like the most talkative people in the class.
I'm legit like finding about that right now. Like,
Yeah.
because it was just the same kids in all the classes.
Right.
One of our classrooms was just a kitchen, and so like I remember being in like AP history of some kind, and there's just this kid, also named Andrew, actually, just microwaving a Hot Pocket, but he kept changing his mind, so there's just way too many beeps. It was like beep, beep, cancel, beep, beep. It was like 8 beeps to my. I was like, just let it rip, dude. It's gonna get hot. You don't need to get fine with it, you know? But I think he is like a chef now, so maybe he was just really trying to like, you know?
Yeah, I would love to have a class reunion to see some of those kids that like I grew up with. Just because, yeah, like completely lost touch. But that was just like they were just like in my class the whole way growing up, it felt like.
And some of the funniest kids ever did zero comedy.
Absolutely, have never touched comedy, have never thought twice about it. And like truly people that like, yeah, like, and so many guys, I feel like so many comedians have that experience where like, no, I have some friends that don't do comedy and they are 20 times funnier than like anybody I've ever met.
I wish I
doing
could just
comedy here.
toss him out like a Pokemon at a party and just be like, go get him, Zane. You
Yeah.
know? We had one kid who every day would wear, he had like a rotation of like 4 or 5 shirts that were either Lil Wayne or Confederate flag imagery.
God.
It's like, what a juxtaposition.
Oh man, yeah, we had this one kid in my class, and he was just. I also love like the messy desk, messy locker kid. Like, you know, the kid where it's just like
The pig pen.
Yeah, like every time you'd walk by there, I feel like that's also kind of universal of like the lockers that like
yeah.
you like looking like it's just all paper from all different classes just
And
smashed on
it's
top
like
of each other.
geological strata. It's like,
Yeah.
that's from first semester. Dude, I did that with Hot Pocket sleeves when I was in 6th grade. I'd eat a Hot Pocket every day. And then I was like, I'm going to see how many I'd have if I kept them and counted them at the end of the year. And the bottom shelf of my locker was just like over, like, it was like, oh God. It was like at least 70 Hot Pocket sleeves. I remember counting them proudly into a bag and be like, see how cool that is? Everyone's like, that's fucking gross, dude.
That also was the thing that I feel like I also felt like it was so funny where like I remember kids bringing like extra shoes from home and like extra outfits from home like and putting in their locker because did you guys have uniforms too?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, yeah. I mean, unofficially, the uniform was Walmart jeans and Virginia Tech hoodie and Nike basketball shoes, but
Okay.
there was no official one.
Yeah.
So you get people putting khakis in the locker or whatever.
Or just like having like I remember people like would have like cool like after school clothes that they would want to change into right after school ended, and I feel like that's such a funny thing to be like, yeah, the uniform like. Or just kids trying to make their uniforms cool were always so funny too.
Yeah.
Like wear the shirts in a cool way or like pair it together our small lineup of like possible ways you can mix and match a sweater and a shirt.
Yeah, what kind of mods were people doing? Just tucking it in or not?
Tucking it
basically?
in, not tucking it in. Your shoes and socks were kind of a big deal because you had like freedom to like however you wanted to do that. Like people have like the coolest like shoes that technically met like dress shoe standards.
It's funny having 20 kids, but they're in uniform. It's like, what a little platoon we've made here. What kind of regiment is this? There's only 10 of them.
There's only 10 of them. There's no chance that they'll be able to outthink us on this one.
What are they going to march?
Get in uniform right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. Just if we'd all of the kids been like, we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, did you hate the uniforms, Burnham?
I always hated them growing up, like a lot, because and not even because I was like a fashion kid at all. I just hated that they were like kind of dress clothes. Like if the uniform would have been like a t-shirt and jeans or a t-shirt and sweats, but like I just hated that like all my friends that went to like school got to wear like sweatpants and basketball shoes and like sweatshirts and like fun normal like clothes. And then we have the like dress clothes.
There's nothing like
as a kid you hate that feeling.
The discomfort of a little boy specifically forced to wear khakis and like a polo
And a tie. Like
you had to wear a tie.
every like once a week we'd wear a tie.
that.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that makes me feel like, oh yeah, my life's for sure easier than when I was in school, dude.
That's so true.
I used to wake up, it's like 7 a.m. and then I'd like study history and shit and and like math, and then I would like basketball practice like 4 days a week, and then I'd go to sleep at like 10, like exhausted. Like, what were they preparing me for, dude?
Why was it so intense the whole time? Yeah, and it's like, and you have these huge like obstacles that like come up at the end of every chapter. You're like, okay, you're graduating 8th grade, you're going to high school. This is where it matters. And then you graduate high school, like now you're going into college or the real world.
Yeah.
And this is where it matters. Yeah.
Then you graduate college and you're like, wait, what are taxes?
Yeah.
Wait. Like, I just think about, like, but my normal day was back then. It's like French, then choir. What am I, a prince?
Yes. Dude, piano class. I was never going to learn piano. Like they should just, like, look around and be like, how many of you guys are actually going to keep using this?
There should just be, like, an opt-out way earlier, I feel like. Just being like, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, like, I got a buddy that, like, he's like, yeah, I didn't go to college, but I feel like I'm missing out. But he, like, makes a shit ton of money as, like, some sort of programmer or something. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. That's great. I kind of wish I had, like, you know, just everyone just wishes they just found their thing and could just do it, you know?
Yes.
There's so many people that, like, were great at school and are, like, still like, I don't know what, I guess I have to make money somehow.
Yeah, I just have to, like, really be good at, like, a job. Just like really cool for like super cool for some jobs and you're really good at them.
Yeah.
But like other jobs, where you're like, I guess I'm okay at math and I don't want to know. It's like I guess I was trying to make a shit ton of money. Like playing the stocks. Yeah.
But yeah, just looking at my like, if you looked at my like Google Calendar, just what my week is like now versus then, I'm like, I for sure once it was my choice, I'm just doing an easier life.
Yeah,
like, I was doing too much. I didn't need to do all that.
Exactly. And I was like played sports every night my whole life. But the thing I do miss is like I also was a huge like play outside with my neighbor's kid. Like
yeah.
that was huge. Like I was every day we were outside playing basketball or baseball or football or something, like because I just lived on like a street with like a ton of boys around my age.
Sick.
It was the best. It truly was like the best.
Was there like
childhood.
an incident that was like the big story that everyone knows about? From
There's
that?
a few like the big fights that happened because we just like same thing, like spent like young kids all the way through like 8th grade high school and stuff.
Yeah.
And just play pickup sports, like tons of like famous meltdowns between people, tons of famous like injuries, like big fights. There's one day that we always it was the big fight that like permanently split the kids into like two groups.
Oh man.
So yeah, like true memories when we all like get together and start talking. It's so funny because that history is so deep and the inside jokes are so like decades old.
And when you're a kid, it's so serious. Like an argument, argument over like a 2-hand touch football game is like these kids are mad, like legit mad.
Yes, yeah. Like, and it's also you're that age where it's like when kids get mad, they either fight or they just walk away. And then if someone like leaves to go home early, I remember that was always like, they were mad. They couldn't like hang. They couldn't continue to hang and like keep playing.
Yeah, and you have way less a handle on your emotions and who you are.
Yeah.
So you're like, this is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. My brother's 4 years older and like just generally more athletic. So he had this thing of like, and there weren't that many kids in our neighborhood. So he had this thing of like, don't kick my ass too hard because then I'll get mad and cry and stop playing. So he'd always like win, but he'd let me like sort of have a chance. Like foosball, just ripping it, but then he'd like let me trickle one in. But it's funny, we named everyone on the foosball thing. I think that was to get me to play more because I like names and stuff. And so he's like, that one is, Ronnie or whatever. And so it was just, but there's nothing like your big bro just scoring on you in foosball and then making a note because he kept stats. Another one for my goalie. He's my leading scorer. I was like, shut up.
That's a great age gap. I'm 3 years older than my younger brother, but my younger brother is like an incredible athlete.
Oh, so
and he was like, we were actually like more even, which is a funny gap to have because I could like barely beat him in anything for a long time, but it was pure like muscle and older brother advantage. But like he was like truly like so much faster than me. He was so quick, and then like I mean, he was like a collegiate athlete. Like this. Okay, so this is a funny story about him. So like he like walked on to a D3 track team when he was in grad school.
Okay.
So like a few years out of undergrad, after not running an undergrad and not doing anything, he just walked on because it's D3, so it's not like huge, but still like college,
yeah.
And like and he ended up setting like the school record in the 1500.
And being a little older then because he was in grad school.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like we joke because it's kind of Rudy-ish, but then we also laugh because it's like because he's older. So it's like it's always funny in the races. I'm like, whoa, those are like children he's running against too. It was awesome.
If Rudy was just like a young professional.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't remember if I told this on the pod before, but my brother also went to a D3 school. And one of his roommates ran track specifically to meet girls and didn't go to any...
Sick.
Awesome. Literally chasing tail. And didn't go to any of the practices. And then he was in the meet doing like a short distance. I don't know, it was 100 or whatever. And pulled his hammy because he was not training at all. So you're just trying to meet girls. Next thing you know, you're like, just grabbing the leg.
A track injury was so. Did you run track too?
No, we didn't have that.
So, yeah, that feels like a cheap one.
We
they
were in
could've
a
given you
warehouse.
guys. Yeah, they Oh my gosh, dude, a track injury was so brutal because those were like the big co-ed practices that you'd have too. And I remember one time a buddy of mine was riding his bike on the track because he was injured and couldn't run, but he could bike. And he accidentally flipped his bike with shirt off and just like skidded across like the hot track and like tore up his body and was like sobbing, and it was like, I mean, it looked like it hurt so bad. I remember just like there was so many people like crowded around immediately.
It just looks like a lot of blood.
Yeah. And I know it's not funny because it hurt, and I think he's completely fine now at this point. But when it happened, I remember it's like just a brutal injury to watch in real time, and also just get hurt with so many people around outside.
Track practice is a lot of people.
Yeah,
I fell off my grandma's bike one time. We were visiting up in DeMott, Indiana.
Okay, I don't know where that is.
It's kind of near Valparaiso. It's probably the nearest big
gotcha.
town.
Okay, now I know where it is. Yeah,
there you go. Indiana bingo. Yeah. And I was borrowing a bike, just going somewhere, and there's a little train track you go over. So it's a little hill up and down just to get over the tracks. And on the way, like basically at the top, I tried to stand up on the pedals, but it's one of those where if you pedal backwards, that's the brakes.
Oh, yeah.
So like just the only moment there was any momentum, because it's Indiana, it's flat as a board, but the only time I'm going down a tiny hill, I like skirt, and then I just over the handlebars, skidded my knee. But that's when I visited Purdue. I took a tour that day, and my knee was like oozing because it was just blood while I was walking around. Like, I don't think I want to go here. Probably just because I hurt my knee, and it was also out of state tuition or whatever. But that's kind of one of my only memories of Purdue. Is just being like, it's pretty funny in retrospect how like 2 out of the like 3 schools I looked at were just where my dad went. Calvin is where he went, and Purdue, and I was like, I think these are safe. Like that's the level of shelter we're talking about. I'm like, where did Dad go? I don't know.
I feel like that happens all the time though too, and it's always funny when they're like, well, yeah, I feel like I had friends that, like apply to like the most random school. And like, well, it's a family school.
Yeah.
and like for me, Purdue is a little bit of a family school, but it's also an in-state school for me, and it was like the cheapest tuition.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I remember that's like a thing to apply to schools, and people are like, are you really gonna go there? It's like across the country. I'm like, well, yeah, it's like where my cousins go.
Dude, so my grandparents met there. They had 5 kids that they all sent to Calvin, the youngest of whom is named Calvin, and that's my dad. Whoa. And then I went, and I got their like family scholarship was like $500. And I was like, how many people we got to send here before that's a bigger check?
Yeah.
That's fucking that's insane loyalty to just like a liberal arts school.
Yeah.
You fucking, was it 5 generations? Then it starts to matter? Like,
yeah.
All right, let's do an improv scene.
Okay,
anything jump out to you from all that?
Okay, from that right there.
Sports injuries. We kind of already did a NFL thing though.
Yeah, legacy, maybe decision day for college.
Okay, yeah.
Deciding where you want to go to school.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a minute to sit down and talk?
Yeah, what's up, bud?
I need to talk to you about my future after high school.
Oh, right on. Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know obviously there's a lot of pressure for me to go to big town, where you went, big town tech where you went.
Yeah.
And I love big town tech a lot. It's like
go Townies.
Go Townies, yeah. And like being a townie, kind of by being your son, I know there's probably some expectation on your behalf that I go to big town tech.
Yeah, since I'm the president of admissions.
Yeah, and that being that,
that's a factor. I get that.
That we are townies here, we live here. Yeah, like there's a ton of factors that are like that would make that pretty pretty reasonable for you to assume that.
Yeah,
I'd go here, but I guess my issue is, do you think I could get more money off my tuition? Since you're the president
of admissions. Yeah. I would be the one who would sign the letter of acceptance. I do have that, but I also have a duty to the school and to our budgets. And I would love to. Obviously, you're my sweet boy. I tussle your hair pretty hard. Ow. A little hard. But I don't want to bring any, dirt on the school's name when they find out that the president of admissions gave their son a free ride, despite, I gotta be honest, kind of a middling high school resume. I mean, you only speak sort of fluent German. Your high jump numbers are okay. Obviously, I love you. Box your ears kind of hard. You're my boy. Slap your back pretty hard. But I have a duty. It's part of my job is to give what I feel like kids deserve, and I think I can knock about $100 a semester off for you, and we can handle that. I've saved money for this situation.
Dad, I appreciate that, but I mean, if I'm doing what's financially responsible. State Tech actually offered me a full ride.
State Tech?
State Tech offered me a full ride. I applied as a backup, and I didn't want to tell you, but I have a full ride there. And I know this is your alma mater, and you want me to go here. But if you're the president of admissions and you can't even get the school to give me more money, I don't know if it's responsible for me to go here.
The state has offered you a full ride?
State Tech offered me a full ride.
To play what position?
I just have to sign a contract with the state to work for the state government.
Oh, like after school?
After school, yeah.
I didn't know they could do that. You get a full ride to just then work. Do they say what kind of job for the state or just any
like
state?
They
might make you a custodian.
Yeah,
you might be
general facilities.
You might be scraping shit out of the urinals, son. You got to be careful.
I could be park ranger too, though. I could be a state park ranger.
Do you have any say in that, or are they just going to assign you to any state role?
They're probably just going to assign me to state role depending on what kind of contract.
Probably not going to be a good one then. What, did you sign this already?
I signed it yesterday, Dad.
Oh. When did you learn cursive? I specifically tried to make you not learn cursive so you couldn't sign things.
I found it, Dad. I found your old journal in cursive, and I learned how to read it, and then I traced it and I learned how to write it.
Honestly, I'm kind of proud of you. Lightly slaps your cheek like a mobster. Lightly.
Okay,
You're
not
fine.
that bad. Yeah. Dad, I know, but it's just like, this is pathetic, Like, obviously I want to follow you. I read in your journal. I know you've been wishing to carry on this legacy of our family going here to Big Town Tech, since you were a little boy and your dad was the president of admissions.
BTT. BTT. Come on, it's in your blood.
It's in my blood, but right now, ST feels like it's more. I feel like I have a STD, Dad.
A desire to go to State
Tech. Desire.
Fuck, it's all he smokes. Where we smoke weed and tell Bible stories. I'm Scoochie Boochie. Andrew Lemna is here. Cheers again.
Cheers again, my friend.
Thanks for doing the show again at the same time.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Bible story. I'm going to go with the Women's Bible 2 here.
Okay.
So I've been working through chronologically. I'm in Exodus, which is pretty famous. It's the Israelites being enslaved in Egypt, building pyramids. Maybe. Insert conspiracy music there. So they say. And we got Moses. He was this whole thing where he was a Israelite baby boy, but then Egyptians were killing all the baby boys because they were scared of them getting too strong and uprising. But then his mom puts him in a basket, gets raised as an Egyptian prince by happenstance, kills a guy, has to run away, starts a family, and now God, burning bush, was like, hey man, go on back and do some miracles and free the people. So now he's back with his brother Aaron, who's going to do the talking, because Moses sucks at talking. He's afraid of public speaking, and God is pissed at him about that. He keeps being like, he's just kind of a weenie. And God's like, fuck, fine, okay, let your Chad brother Aaron do the talking. And so they go to Pharaoh, and and they say, hey, our God says, let my people go so they can have a festival to him in the desert. So like Coachella, basically.
Okay.
And maybe Goatchella. I'm trying to make it biblical. Lollapa, Lala Pharaohs.
Pharaohs, yeah.
Lala Pharaohs. This is an abomination. And Pharaoh goes, who's the Lord that I should obey him? He's like, bitch, who? I'm Egyptian. We got Seth. We got, Nephtu or whatever. I don't know that guy. I don't know him from Adam. I don't even know about Adam. And he's like, no, fuck that. And they're like, yeah, but he said we have to take a 3-day journey to do sacrifices. So yeah, Goatchella. Or else he's going to do plagues and it's going to be bad. And the king's like, fuck you guys. Look, there's a bunch of you guys and they're numerous and you're stopping them from working. So fuck that. He's actually so mad that he goes to the foreman in charge of the enslaved people and he goes, hey, now that they're going to keep building bricks, but don't even give them the straw for it. They have to go find straw for it, but require them to make the same number of bricks. And he goes, they're lazy. That's why they're crying out to leave. It's literally these kids don't want to work anymore.
Okay.
It's like this generation is soft. They don't want to work. So then he makes their life really hard for no reason. And then the foremen are like, okay, that's the deal. There's a lot of repetition. When you ever try to actually read the Bible, it's like, tell them to say this. And then it's like, and then they said this. And it's like, you could have just skipped that whole section. We know about that. It's like, so then that happened. Just do that, you know? Gotta go get the straw, but you have to do is just many bricks. So they're trying. It says they have to gather stubble to use for straw, is the way that's phrased. Just being like, oh, shit. Just like this much. It's fucking bad job.
Yeah.
The Glassdoor reviews are no good.
Yeah.
But then the slave drivers are pressing them like, you gotta do it. And then the foremen that are in charge of them are getting beaten because they're not meeting those quotas. So those foremen go to the Pharaoh and go, hey, hey, bud, what the fuck? Why is this happening? And then the Pharaoh's like, lazy. That's what you are, lazy. He's like fucking, he's like the boss in The Incredibles, like, ask me why I'm not happy, Bob. Like, he's just being a fuck. And he's like, get to work. No straw. Fuck you guys. And they're like, God damn it. So then the Israelites go back to Moses and Aaron. And they're like, you fucked us over, man, just by even asking. Now our lives suck. But then Moses says that to the Lord. He's like, what's going on? What? Sorry. And he's like, I'm the Lord, dude. Fucking. Like, remember I've been promising to Abraham and all them and give you this land. That's still me. I'm going to help you guys. It's going to be sick. And Moses tells it to the Israelites, and they don't listen to him because they're discouraged and they're cool bondage. They're just like, fucking, I had a long day. Whatever, dude. And Moses goes, if the Israelites will not listen to me, why would Pharaoh listen to me? Since I speak with faltering lips. It's like, you fucking weenie, dude. Step it up. Everything Moses is like, you know, he's like the Master Chief of the Bible. He's like real famous.
Yeah.
But especially in the early stages, he's like, I don't know if I can. And then what's crazy is they're just like, oh, by the way, Moses is 80 and Aaron's 83.
And you're like, did years work differently back then?
It might be that. Because there's also...
If not, that's awesome.
Yeah. They're just like our version of 80 and you're still afraid to speak. Like, just say shit, dude. You're about out of here anyways.
Yeah.
Like, he has like a young son and a wife, so I thought he was like 40 tops. But no, he's 80. And he's like, I don't know, I get nervous. Like, about what, dude?
You're 80. Just relax.
Yeah. I really haven't met that many nervous 80-year-olds. They're just kind of like, bug it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I guess there was a thing right before this. We're talking about people living for like 130 years. So maybe it's more like middle age, late middle age or something. Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, just, okay, I know you're scared, but just I'll tell you and you tell Aaron. It'll be a game of telephone and he'll tell Pharaoh. And, so then it's snake time.
Okay.
You probably remember this.
I do.
They'd already done sort of a trial run in the initial burning bush where Moses is like, they're not going to believe me. I'm not good at talking. And he's like, throw your stick down. He throws his staff down and turns into a snake.
Yes, yeah.
So then they go there and they do that. And Aaron throws the staff down in front of Pharaoh and his officials. Funny that Aaron does it. Moses is so shy. He's like,
still can't do it.
You throw the stick. I'm afraid of snakes. And then Pharaoh summoned his wise men and sorcerers. And they did the same things by their secret arts. Each one threw down his staff, and it became a snake. So I did not see that coming. The counter. They're like, ha-ha!
Yeah.
We too have snakes. But Aaron's staff swallowed up their staff. So it's straight up a Poke battle. Sorry to keep bringing up Pokemon, but that's what that is. Mm-hmm. They hit him with the Arbok and the Ekans. And yet Pharaoh's heart became hard, and he would not listen to them, just as the Lord had said. Which is a weird part of the whole thing where God also predicts that part, which is like, you're going to do that, and he's going to be like, fuck that, I still don't care.
Yes.
Because I'm going to make him do that so that I can fuck them over. Mm-hmm. All right, man, if that's the plan, like, I don't see why you got to fuck them over like that, but do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to do all the plagues. I think we'll stop there with Snake Plague. That's a pretty good chunk there. But
that's a good chunk.
Yeah. So yeah, the bricks with no straw, and then snake trick, and which they countered pretty well, honestly.
Good counter on the snake trick. I was actually a snake kid growing up. Had a pet snake.
Real shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was it named?
His name was Dante, named after Dante Culpepper.
Not Inferno?
Not Inferno. The quarterback of the Vikings.
Hell yeah.
I was living in Minnesota when I was a little kid, and I was like a Vikings fan.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like owning a snake?
It was fun. We didn't have him for too long because honestly, it got boring after a while.
It's just in there.
Yeah, because like once you start feeding him, it's like, whoa, look at him, he's eating, and like that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it is fun to like be comfortable letting a snake like crawl all over you. Like I let him like got comfortable with him like crawling up my arm and like even like on my shoulder, neck. Like I would let him get closer, and I feel like that's kind of a fun skill where it's like if a snake would ever crawl on me, I'd probably freak out and jump, but part of me is like, oh, I used to do this. It wouldn't feel that crazy.
How did that start? How did you talk your parents into that?
Because we wanted like a cat or dog, and my parents did not want to do like a cat or dog because we just were like, my brother played travel sports. We were kind of just a busy family.
Yeah.
And I feel like even as a kid, we would always be like, we want a dog. And like, do you guys really want a dog? And we're like, I don't know. We're bored today, but then we'll forget about it.
Right.
So we never pushed hard enough to get it. And then my mom had a dog growing up that she didn't love, and my dad never had pets growing up. So just between them, they were like, neither of them was going to make the push for it.
That is the cold-hearted situation that leads to a snake.
Yeah. And then truly we like begged, and like that was like the compromise, like anything that was like in a cage like that.
Yeah.
So we had a snake for a little bit, which was cool. But yeah.
Did you have to clean snake shit out of there? Did you like little dry little pellets or something?
Yeah, we did have to, I think. Oh, man. Now I'm like not... I mean, I was younger, so I'm trying to remember what the actual maintenance... I remember feeding him, and we'd feed him these like these little frozen mice, which was so freaky. And you'd defrost him, and then you'd put him in there, and he would just... and like eat it. Yeah. Whoa. It was so cool. That part was... Watching me was really cool.
That's a real Slytherin behavior. I didn't know you were a freak like that.
It is. I know. I want to... Yeah, I need to take those tests and see if that influence... I've never taken one of those. I want to see... what house I'd be, because I feel like there's part of it's like I was a snake person.
Yeah.
But
funny how the name Slytherin is like a verb.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. Is that common knowledge? Am I dumb that I'm just realizing that it's the word slithering?
I've never thought about it like that. Yeah.
What you been up to? No.
What are those? Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor? Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
otherwise.
no, it's just you put a little apostrophe on there.
Yeah.
That's just what a snake does.
Yeah. Snake slithering.
So stupid. How I never noticed that. Yeah, we had our mainstay was a cat named Duncan.
Okay.
But then there was like a named after Tim Duncan, so also another
sport
cat. The parallels between our lives are crazy.
That really is, yeah.
But then he actually killed a snake one time. Is it garter snake or garten snake?
I think it's It's definitely Garte. I don't remember what the name is.
Is it R?
I think it's Garten snake. No, it's garter snake.
It's garter
snake.
Yeah. I always want to say like garden snake, but that might also be a thing. It's just a snake that's in the garden.
That also could be, but I think I'm feeling the same way. I think
it's
garter
because of like the wedding thing that brides put on their legs.
But then I'm like, because of that, I'm like, well, then is it Garten? I don't know. But yeah, these all sound familiar and right.
Yeah. Anyways, he got a little one of those, which was he would kill a lot of stuff, but that was his most like, wow, okay, bud, nice. And then we put it under a rock. I don't know why, but then later it was gone. So I'm not sure if like he went and got it back or like a raccoon got it.
Yeah.
But we also got hermit crabs once.
Oh, cool.
I'll never forget the smell of their tanks. It's just a certain, I don't know if it's their food or what. They're kind of cool, but they're mostly in their shell. They're mostly,
Yeah.
They're pretty depressed, I think. They're just like, their home is this big, so then they're just like, they stay in this part of it, and they just curl up. Little turtle one time, too, that we got from the pond. Like a wild turtle that we just had in a big tub with like lettuce, and then we were like, this is fucked up. We don't...
I was about to say turtle. I feel like having a turtle feels like very much, that was like a choice you could make as a kid, too. The other one is guinea pigs. I feel like your friend that had a guinea pig or a ferret. Did you have any ferret friends?
No, you had a ferret friend?
I had a friend that had 2 ferrets.
Is that the natural enemy of a snake kid? I feel like, because they can take out snakes.
A little bit. And also those ferrets, being in a ferret house is so scary. Like, what? They are freaky animals. Like, they're like long rats, and like, they also, like, some people are like very casual. It's like, you know how like some people can have like bunnies in their house? Like, it's okay, like it's potty trained and it can be around. He was like those ferrets. So you just have these like giant rats running around.
How big are we talking? Acreage wise?
I would say like, I feel like they were like this long and skinny. Like ferrets.
Just like the core of a cat.
Yes, it's so creepy. But he'd like let him like hang on his shoulders and on his neck. And he was like, I remember just being like, as a kid, being like, those are so gross.
July. New month means new exclusive over on the Patreon, patreon.com/holysmokespod. This month, it's 3 songs from one of the best sets I've ever played at Electric Forest, this crazy music festival in a venue called the Psychedelic Chapel, which is literally perfect for my whole vibe. It's a great clip. Go check it out. When you join the Patreon in celebration of our 50 episodes, we got a little discount going, 50% off your first month on the Patreon. Use promo code NIFTY50. And then also, when you join that Patreon, you're getting a discount code for Scoochie Boochie merch. So if you were going to buy some hats or stickers or koozies or, I don't know, some Atlantis vinyl, you might as well join the Patreon because that whole batch is going to be cheaper for you. Thank you so much for supporting my dream of doing this as a job. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Scoochie Booch.
Let's do one more improv scene. What do you
Let's do
say?
it. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, pets seems like a theme for sure.
Yeah, I feel like pets was the big discussion on that. The turning the staff to a snake is where that came from originally.
Yeah.
Being like in your 80s and like
Still being afraid
still
of stuff.
being afraid of stuff. Anything with dwarf hamsters? Or yeah.
Yeah, something with that. Grandpa, we got. How are you enjoying your new little guy?
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, is it keeping
He's
you?
fantastic. I love this little guy.
Yeah, keeping you company. You feeding him and everything.
He's Grandpa's new buddy.
Ah, that's great.
He's great. I love this little guy.
Yeah, the playset is real. He's a real kimono dragon.
Yeah, he's a hoot. Look at him. Look at him. He can just crawl right up my back. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Don't get too close. He's very, very defensive of me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's my guardian.
Has he like attacked anyone? Or
He's attacked a lot of people.
What?
We go on off leash walks, and he likes to keep a big perimeter around me. So anywhere I am about 300 feet diameter around me, he's striking. He's trying to keep a nice distance for me. So, and I don't have a leash that long. Otherwise, I'd put him on a leash. But
That's not a good reason to not leash him, is because it doesn't let him extend to a full perimeter. I think the whole nursing home wants you to have him on a leash, Grandpa.
well, they've got a bunch of rules that I don't like. So,
Like what?
well, I can't watch my movies.
Well, they're called porn, Grandpa. You can't throw that up on the.
Only some of them are porn.
You can't airplay porn to the cafeteria TVs.
Yeah, well, I think everyone would be having a lot more fun than watching more Simpsons reruns.
Yeah, this is a retirement home that like original Simpsons fans are now 80s. It's like 2050 or whatever. like teens from the like 90s are now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know it's outdated. It's basically the Andy Griffith show of our time, Grandpa. But obviously, you can't just come in near the screen. But has it hurt any of the pets? Has it attacked any of the Pomeranians or whatever?
Not yet, but it's got its eyes. There's this little weasel, and I think
Are you talking about your roommate?
yeah, I am talking about. I hate that guy. Oh, he stinks.
Grandpa, just because he's hard of hearing doesn't mean you can talk about him while he's in the room.
Yes, it can, because he.
Hi, Orville. Or I guess Max, probably. If you're from the 90s. Hi, Max.
Max Blaze Smith. Yeah, I hate that guy. But you know what? For some reason, the kimono dragon likes him.
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough. It's tough.
Making things tense in the apartment.
Yeah, it's not great, but anyway, hey, happy birthday! Thanks for coming to visit me on your
Thank you.
birthday.
Yeah, no big. I'm just on the way to the party. I thought I'd check in, see how you and did you end up naming it? What's its name?
It's its name is Caruso.
Oh, after Alex Caruso.
After Alex Caruso. Kind of an NBA defensive.
Bald, also.
Yeah,
Kind of pesky.
Pesky defender. Yeah. That Grayson Allen almost hurt him. If I ever saw Grayson Allen, I don't know what I'd do.
That's nice. I mean, it's better than when you named your, I don't know, your pet parakeet Mo Bamba or something, and taught it a bunch of Sheck West songs. You'd walk in and be like, I got hose! That was actually pretty awesome. We should have gotten small again. I think we went too big with the kimono.
Yeah, I really wanted to see him at Lollapalooza this year, but I'm hoping I can catch him at one of the other festivals.
Yeah, I'm really glad they did a senior division for all those music festivals so we can keep going.
We appreciate it. We like them. Whether it's, these reunion tours, it's great. It's great to have them.
It's like the other day I was at a concert and like it's obviously everyone stood up because of the headliner, but it was in a theater, so there's seats, and this lady was just like appalled that everyone was standing. She was like, well, I'm not standing up, but she was in like the front. She was near the front, and it's just like, you really think everyone else is wrong right now? But that's why I like these new old folks festivals, because they can all sit the whole time. You've got a Lala-sized crowd, and they're all sitting on their walkers.
All sitting. We're still here. Don't forget about us.
Still doing a circle mosh pit, but they're all on walkers. Just rolling around.
Doesn't have to be fast. You can always speed it up on the video.
A nice slow mosh for a change.
Yeah, it's nice. We do appreciate it. We appreciate it. Well, hey, if you want, I think my my kimono. I'm thinking about maybe mating him and maybe making a batch of kimonos if you'd be interested in adopting one.
Oh, that's really nice, Grandpa. But I just don't know with the cat at home. I don't know if they'd get along with Thabocephalosha. Folks, thank you for watching.
Check out Logan Square Improv. We are a small comedy theater in Chicago. Form a lot of long-form improv, comedy variety. But yeah, it's a fun spot. Come check it out.